Peace and love, soul group. Peace and love. December 24th, 2017. It's just a spontaneous live stream. I was trying to decide if I wanted to go live today, and a beautiful being brother hit me up this morning with just a wonderful, wonderful idea. We know that the big celebrated movement of energy is tomorrow. And just for the record, I don't have anything personal against anyone that, celebrate Christmas. I used to celebrate Christmas before I started waking up to different things that just did not align with, the way I was receiving energy and the way I was changing. But I believe in free will, and it's your free will to celebrate Christmas. If that's what, brings you joy and brings you bliss in doing that, then, you know, by all means do so. Do what pleases you. But what I've noticed, and so many other beings have been noticing, is just this stressful time for those who do not choose to partake in it, you know? And I'm just speaking on my own part. I received a lot of criticism this year, and a lot of hate was thrown towards me by, family. Family. I'm not talking about anybody on the outside. I'm not talking about reptilians and devils. And no, I'm talking about family. Some of the most hateful things that you can hear from people in so-called supposed to be such a loving time, just because I don't want to go $4, $5, $6, $7,000 in debt for one day, which, the instrument that I use to measure happiness, right, is by vibration. Right? It never fails me, and no one's happy. It's just a temporal happiness. It's a facade, We know by now on our journey as a soul group that, physical things are just, they add on to the inward happiness, the inner peace that we receive when we self-illuminate ourselves and turn within and realize what true love and true happiness is. It starts from within, and everything else, is just an add-on. It's a benefit. But on my journey, I had to realize that I cannot afford, not in 2017, not with all of this opening up and things being revealed. I can't be grounded in physical things and expect for physical things to make me happy. And so that's where we are. So we're gonna have an open discussion. I like to do this live, and I've been, blessed and trying to catch up with this brother for a long time. And I was just blessed enough to talk to him today. So you know how we do it. We're gonna go live and see what kind of energy we could stir up here.
How you be?
Peace and love, brother Bubba. We live. We live.
Yeah. Please allow the energy that we be to coexist and commingle with all other energies in a flow. Please allow the highest vibrating beings to dictate that flow. Please allow the words that come from me and Derek be the perfect words for every interaction, and allow those words to be in the perfect vibration, frequency, and tone for all living things to understand. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
In this tumultuous time of collective consciousness being stressed the hell out, we got to do something different. And we can only change the energy if we do something different. And doing something different is, well, me and you getting up here yapping like a couple of old biddies and giving our perspectives on how to reduce the stress of this. What do you think?
I think it's beautiful, and the my energy's already changing just from just even thinking of, just imagining what's about to happen. I'm already changing because
that's what I said when we talked earlier. We'll just get in this and let the energy dictate where we're going with it, because everybody is wigged the fuck out. Those that don't participate, they're wigged out. Those that are participating, they're wigged out. And somewhere in between, the frustration of the two is not sitting in good energy, dude.
No, it was perfect timing for me, Bubba, because as we was talking, earlier, I had someone that I love dearly, and this is, I tell people, it ain't demons and reptilians and goblins, messing with me. It was somebody close to me who really said some hateful stuff to me just because I chose not to, participate in this mayhem. I call it mayhem. I was out there yesterday. I went out to pick up some cords for some audio stuff here. And man, I'm telling you, they was fighting in Kroger, man. They was fighting over food. They were fighting over just, you name it. It was just mayhem. Crazy.
Well, and that's why I had to go to town yesterday, and my favorite thing to do to entertain myself if I have to go in amongst humanity is I go into Walmart and I sit at the bench at the front, and I just breathe. And I imagine this little white globe or little white spot of light in my heart. And I imagine that, and I breathe, and I imagine that getting bigger and bigger, and I bring it up into my neck, and you can feel your shoulders loosen up, dude. This ball of light is spinning, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and I can't hold it in me, so I'm going to bring it up a little higher and bring it above my head. You feel how that tickles, don't you? And I just keep breathing deep, and I imagine all them people out there that are so wigged out, and they're way more than there normally is. So, I'm going to see if I can't change the energy in the whole place and give everybody a little piece in this. So I make this light ball a little bigger and a little bigger till it encompasses the whole building that I'm sitting in. And I just keep spinning that little old ball of light and sucking up all the negativity and the frustration. And it's sucking it up. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And hell, I'm going to blow a hole in that big old ball and make it a donut. Now we're going to shift everybody's perspective, because we're going to bring that little donut of light that's big as the whole store, and we're going to bring it down to the earth and get it grounded some more.
Okay.
And we'll slowly spin that donut of white light and bring it back down around your head and shoulders. Feel how light and fluffy you get, and how everything just kind of loosens off. And then we're going to bring it back down around our heart. That'll make you squirm, dude. And you can open your eyes and check all the people out in Walmart or wherever you're at. You can watch them feeling this. They start squirming too. And you bring that on down around your gut, your waist, and bring it on down around your knees and your thighs and calves. And then you just let her touch the earth and suck up some of that. And then bring that big old donut right back up over that building again and get it circling real good, and bring some clouds and blue skies in. Bring a little ray of sunshine in that. And then send it back to the earth and bring peace where it's been at.
Thank you. Gratitude. Thank you. Gratitude. Thank you.
That is my entertainment when I have to go in amongst all that. And it's funny. that you can watch and see with your own eyes everybody shift from you playing in it. Now we put this undue stress. It's generational. It's all kinds of shit, dude. It's everything for thousands of years. You give your power away to this god or that, or this deity or that, and Odin and the pagans and the Christians and the Muslims and this and that. And, you know, how many ways can you be spread to think about?
Right. Right.
Well, we're in this journey to learn. We're in this journey to gather wisdom. We're in this journey not to be stressed the hell out.
Right. 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 You're right. You're right.
Now, I know just from the studies that I've done and the studies scientists have done that the average 4-year-old asks 428 questions in a day. Now, you figure the average 4-year-old is only awake about 9 or 10 hours a day. And I don't have to take naps, and I don't need to go to bed early. And how many questions can I ask in a day? And how many of those questions that I ask can shift my perspective on what I'm seeing? And that's what it is can you ask yourself a question? Can you ask yourself a question to shift the way you're seeing the things you're seeing? Can you shift the energy of it? Einstein said it, you can't solve a problem from the same energy where it was created.
Hello.
So the only way to do anything is to find a question to shift you, because it's about what you are experiencing in this moment. True?
It's true. True.
So, sitting where we sit, and neither one of us participate in this farce, so we have our own perspective on it. But I see those that are wigged out. You know, I only make this much money, and I got to do this because so-and-so's doing this and so-and-so's doing that. Screw that. You don't know, and you don't have to keep up with so-and-so. That's a delusion.
Right. That's right.
You do the best you can from your place of giving. Don't put yourself crazy. We're already nuts.
You got that right.
We are, dude.
Hey, I'm saying you got that right. You know, and I knew I was crazy when I started, you know, going back out into society, and I just didn't fit in anymore. And everybody's looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? You know? So, you know, it is what it is. I'm cool with it. I like my craziness, my crazy beingness. I like jumping from timeline to timeline and waking up in my dreams and telling people about my dreams. And then I see this the look on their face when they looking at me like, dude, are you fucking for real?
Dude, I'm dreaming while being consciously awake, and I can't believe it's real.
Right. Right.
And I'm of the perspective as this. How do we even know that what we're experiencing, because we're so-called awake, how do we know this is not the dream, and when we lay down and rest our bodies, that's real life? How do we know the difference? We don't.
Well, that's funny. I'm sorry, Bubba. It's funny.
Taking somebody else's word on that shit, dude.
No, it's funny you say that, Bubba, because that's one of the major switches that I've made. And that's when I really start going deeper and deeper and deeper. I've switched it. I don't even say the dream. I just say my non-physical realm is the real realm. And this realm here is just where I'm docked here. Until, you know, I outgrow this body or my body no longer serves me. I'm just docked here. I love the body. It's a vehicle. It's a tool. But the real world to me is when my consciousness is out of this body, because I'm free. I'm free. I ain't got no debt, Bubba. I don't owe nobody nothing. I can do whatever I want as I think. It manifests right before me. I can fly. I can love. I can express myself. I have no color. Nothing. I'm free.
Well, The only way you have color is anybody recognizes color, and we're seeing less than 1% of the color spectrum. So how do we know we're not the ones that screwed up? Right. Cats, dogs, and shit, they see shit we can't see. They hear shit we can't hear. How do we know we're the chosen ones? How do we know we're so freaking intelligent, dude? We're not.
We're not, man.
We're not.
No, we're not.
We're going out like monkeys chasing a fake piece of paper and ignoring our hearts. So how do we know what we're experiencing is really real?
It's not. Not here, it's not. It's an illusion. It's an illusion, man.
See, I got an interesting perspective on all this shit. And maybe I did too many hallucinogens when I was a kid. This was pointed out to me a few days ago. Maybe when I would gather up that grocery sack full of mushrooms and disappear for 7 to 10 days, maybe I was in reality that most can't explain.
Well, you know what, Bubba? I know, because I've never done a mushroom and I've experienced some of the stuff it's like you're not speaking a foreign language to me. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's the mushrooms. I think you just broke through the threshold of what we've been told is reality. You've broken through the threshold and you know it's something on the other side that ain't nobody talking about. That's all.
Well, I don't know if it's even the other side, because if you close one eye and then you close the other one, nothing exists except what you can think of in between your ears. So none of this has got it. It can't be really real because I can close my eyes and it disappears.
Well, let me clarify it. Okay, you got what they call the physical reality, and then you got mentalism. Mentalism is my other side. That's what I'm trying to say. Mentalism in my mind, I know it's my real world. It's the real creation. What I create in my mind, in my consciousness, what I'm thinking about, that's my real world. I'm very focused on that. And then I got what they gave me, the starter kit of life, the physical reality, my education, my nationality, my financial system, my quote unquote family, you know, blood is thicker than water, you know, all of that. You know what I'm trying to say, Bubba. It's two sides.
Well, actually, I think it's the Japanese that say there's three sides.
Okay.
There is the face that you show everyone.
Okay.
There is the face. There is the face that you're the actor when you go to work. You play this part, and then when you're around your friends, you play this part, and then when you're alone, you play this part. There are three faces you walk under.
Mm-hmm.
What if you take face number one, which is the one that you really are when you're alone and when you're by yourself, and you carry that through everything? That's where I play, and most days they want to put me in a straitjacket.
Yeah, because society is not.
I found it to be comfortable to give yourself a hug, but it sucked when trying to pick up a fork.
Yeah, turn around backwards.
Another dilemma I'm having trouble with, if you don't mind, and if I could please share a personal experience with you.
Please, please.
Well, I'm getting on up there in years, and other people look at my face and they see the wrinkles and the years. So I thought, to make myself more pleasing, I know that preparation H shrinks hemorrhoids, which are just extended pieces of gut that's been under stress, so to speak. So I thought if I got preparation H and mixed it with coconut oil, I could put it on my face and the wrinkles would disappear. But I've been such a pain in the ass to so many for so many years. What's to say if I use this preparation H, I won't disappear?
You say you won't disappear?
That's right. But you know, when you're a pain in the ass, and that's what a hemorrhoid is. And,
I get it.
Preparation H is to make hemorrhoids shrink. So I've been a pain in the ass for 60 years, dude. What if it makes me disappear?
I get it now. I get it. You ain't going nowhere, man. You ain't going nowhere. Wow. You backdoored that one. I get it. I'm sitting here like, you putting fucking preparation H on your face? I get it. I get it.
Now, see, I just use myself as a joke.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
relieve stress.
yeah.
To relieve stress. And to me, every traumatic experience that I've ever been through, if I leave the trauma out, it's the funniest story that I've ever been experienced.
Mm-hmm.
That you could ever tell. It literally is the funniest story you could ever tell if you leave trauma out.
Mm. That's true. Now that I think about that and align that up with some of my experiences, that's true.
Now, knowing that we draw on the past all the time, knowing that we're constant time travelers, jumping from this dimension to that, from the past to the future, and it's very hard for us to stay in this moment. What if you took those funny stories to relieve stress to someone else and you just left the trauma out of it? And how many of those trauma stories could you tell around family members without the trauma in it, and they remember it a different way and laugh their ass off too?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, not everybody remembers the same shit as you, and not everybody remembers the same shit the way you remember it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you attach an emotion to it, it may have been funny as hell to somebody else, but it wasn't funny as hell to you. And you still carry that shit around with you to the point that when you get around these people, you cannot function.
Right. Yeah.
But what if it's all just a cosmic joke? And you know the earth consumes itself all the time. Look at nature. Tree falls down, it ain't very long, that sucker's gone. The earth consumes itself. And you're part of nature. And one day, the cosmic joke's on you. The earth will consume you too.
That's right. That's right.
So this young protege that I have up here on the mountain, he has deduced it down to this. There's so much energy in the universe. There's dark matter, there's light matter, there's neutrinos, there's all kinds of crazy shit. What if we're just here to allow the universe to burn off more energy than it knows what to do with? What if, no matter what we do, no matter how we go, all we're here to do is to burn energy and be like dogs chasing their tails? Get dizzy as fuck and have fun in it. And what if we're not looking at it that way? I mean, you were talking about the 7 new Blue Jays. Do you see the Blue Jays wigging the hell out, dude?
No, man. No, they having a blast out there. A blast.
Well, I sit out here and I watch the squirrels tumble and play, and I watch the rabbits do what rabbits do, and I watch the birds and blah, blah, blah. And dude, nature tells me we weren't here to be slaves.
Oh, man. Say it again, Bubba. One more time.
Nature tells me we weren't here to be slaves. We were never put here to be slaves to a group of people that have no give a fucks about anything but their delusion of keeping the world burning energy in their way. Because when you focus on all the bullshit, you're doing exactly what they want. You're staying in the programming. But if you get out of here where I'm at, and you remember that shroom trip and bits and pieces of it, and that was kind of fun, and you go see if you can relive it without being high. And it's more fun without being high. Because somewhere in all this, we grew up and we took this all serious, and we became monkeys and slaves chasing something fictitious. The things they show us on the boob tube that are not really real, but only for a select few, because the rest of us can't focus enough to get there too.
Right.
And that's all it's about. Focusing enough and letting go of what is to have what will be. Ask for it once and then be grateful that it's there, and watch how fast it appears for you. And when you do that, and when you consciously do that, you can't second guess it, dude. You know it's true too. When you put it out there and you're grateful that it's there, it shows the hell up.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So, all this undue stress we put on ourselves, it actualizes and it manifests, and you can't even deal with self and all this. Dude, it's about not taking it seriously and looking at the glittering lights with a child's point of view. It's all just magic. Smoke blowed up the asses of more than a few.
Oh, man. The way you put things, man, it's just like, boom. Wow.
Well, Mark Twain said it best. Mark Twain said it best. It's easier to fool the human than to convince him he's been fooled. And that's fact. And we all been tricked, dude. We all been jerked around. We all been lied to. But instead of getting pissed off about it, retribution is in order.
Yeah.
And that is, we get to play more.
That's
we
right.
get to act more childlike.
That's right.
And when I grow up, one day when I grow up,
right,
somebody bitch slap me because I don't want to be there.
All right. All right. All right, man. All right. All right. All right, man. That's real. That's real.
So, dude, we do this to ourselves. We really do. But how can we see that, and how can we stop that? And the only way I know is to ask questions. That's the only way I know. And the simplest, most powerful question that I know is, what else is possible in this? And you feel the energy shift every time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if this is going to help any. I don't know if it's just helping me and you, and that's enough too.
It's definitely helping me. I got tears of joy in my eyes right now. And
yeah, but see, dude, I seen a couple of old men, or heard a couple of old men moving and playing in energy one day, made you be like a little baby and do number 2 in your panty loose.
Oh man, do you remember that freaking live stream?
You're a very energy sensitive young man, you see.
Yeah.
And me and that other old man, we was just playing. What the hell are you gonna do when we get serious about moving energy?
I'm gonna put on a pair of Depends, man, and play with y'all.
I think we need to take your recording studio and just set you on the pop.
No, but I think that particular time, I've never felt that was just I call that just big boy shit, man. That energy, I've never felt anything like that. But it was like a cleansing, man. I've never been cleansed like that on the spot from energy like that, you know? It just clinked me out. Just clinked me out, literally.
So here, I'm going to do something for the holidays to help everybody. Even though I don't express in this and play in this game, I want to do something, and all they got to do is say yes, listening to the recording, or right now, just say yes. That feels pretty good right there. There's a lot of them said yes.
Yes.
All of those that are listening and all those in the future, we all are scattered, and Don't know where we are. So please bring all our pieces of soul fragments home, front and center.
Thank
Cut
you.
all ties with all things that won't allow that to happen. And allow all my soul fragments to come home. And in the process of doing this, please put our assemblage points in the right and proper place, at the right and proper angle for optimum expression of health and energy. Thank you. May you find balance and peace and bliss in this stressful shit. And all you got to do is think of grounding and putting your feet in the earth. Think of your heart on a tree, or sitting next to me, or sitting next to Derek, where peace can live free.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Allow Big Daddy Don and his energy to step in, because I know he's listening. And allow his blessing, the long-winded one, to affect and bring peace and joy to everyone. As these words leave my lips, let them know that it's been cast a spell for bliss. And all you got to do to have this is say yes in this present moment.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
One day, hopefully sooner than later, we'll all come into this collective, and we'll all be of one heart, not one mind. Because how boring would that be? And as long as the like-hearted can gather and agree, it shall come to pass, even if it's just you and me. One way, one day, there will be balance on this place, knowing that we all can live in this time space, sharing every resource to make humanity and nature thrive. But until that happens, me, I'm playing on this side, and I'm bringing this energy to the table every time I play, so that the world can find balance and focus on each and every day to make this place a more joyous place, to expend the energy that we're here to create. That's my holiday blessing for everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, brother man, you can carry on. I've got the phone burning up here, and I got to answer these calls.
Okay, peace and love. Thank you. Thank you, brother Bubba.
Yes, sir.
All righty. I don't know how to follow that up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just breathe. Let's just breathe. I know one of the things that I like to do, and I just love Bubba. Bubba just reminds us of what we already are, and not to take this little slice, this little piece of the life so serious. They even call it a game, you know, the game of life. And I think just, you know, for myself, you know, nothing like I used to, but when I take my awareness and I focus on my lower vibrating energies, or some of you call it shadow work, when I'm working on myself and I'm going deep, I mean, deep within myself, because my higher self will pull it up. Instead of just accepting what the energy is, sometimes I look at it and I analyze it and I go a little too deep and start taking it, you know, like literally this is what it is, not remembering that this could be whatever I want it to be. I don't have to accept it how I perceive it. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I mean, when you really face to face looking at your life and you see it, you get a glimpse of it, or you get a visual of it, or you get a lucid dream of something that happened in the past, or you're standing face to face with someone that you're disagreeing with, and you're taking everything that they're saying literally at face value. You guys know what I'm saying? And it's not until you're in the heat of one of these situations that you realize that it's always, and it will always be, as you perceive it, right? As you perceive it. It never has to be as it seems. But you know, we've gotten so used to taking people's word for everything, you know, and I'm to the point where, and I don't say this like in a selfish way. So don't take, I'm not a selfish person. You guys, I open up my heart to you guys and girls all the time, but it is what it is. It's about me aligning myself and creating my world. Aligning myself to what feels good. And when I say feels good, I'm not talking about this feel good that we become accustomed to here on this planet. The lust feel good. Because the lust feels good to the body. Okay. But you know, 9 times out of 10, my body is catching up with the alignment, right? Of my emotional body, my etherical body, my astral body, my mental body. You see what I'm saying? I'm utilizing a lot of who I am. And I'm willing to take that risk. What's the risk? What's the risk of waking up, detaching from what we've been called or what we've been told is the world? Just detaching, breaking away, breaking off, right? Breaking off, breaking free from the masses, not following what everybody else is doing, creating your own lane and being comfortable in your own lane, being comfortable with people calling you fucking crazy, being comfortable with people saying you a little too deep for me, being comfortable with people saying that you a demon or black magic or you're going to hell, you're going to burn to hell. But these are the same people. Bless them. I love them. They wishing hell on me, right? Because I won't say in the name of Jesus. Right? That's a whole nother live stream. Jesus himself said, these things I do, you can do also. Because I go to a higher space. And Jesus did no miracle. No miracle. If you even believe in miracles. I sure do. I sure do. But Jesus did no miracles without the consent of the individual. Do you believe I can do this? So even Jesus himself tapped into every and anything is possible if you only believe. Take this time in the illusion of time to find you. Who are you? Ask yourself that question. Who are you? And just focus on the answers that come from within. Who are you? Who am I? Why am I here? Why do I feel this way in this present moment awareness? Who are you? And breathe. Don't hold it in. Don't hold this shit in. Breathe, blow it out. Visualize whatever's laying heavy on you right now. Blow it out. Breathe and blow it out. See it leaving. This always works for me. Always. It always works for me. I blow so much stuff out. of my present moment awareness. Sometimes I visualize myself. I'll visualize myself with my breath. I fly with my breath. I move with the breath. I feel with the breath. The breath. I become the breath. It's no secret. Life is in the breath. The breath takes you to the non-physical realms. There's no secret anymore, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about the breath. That's why breathing is so important. And when you can consciously breathe and switch your awareness from the physical to the breath, you become the breath. And there's no limitations on the breath. It is what it is. It's the sustainer of what we call a life here. And when you stop breathing, when you take that last, you exit the body with the last breath. Blow it out. Don't let individuals put unnecessary pressures on you. Brother Bubba said it today. We weren't placed here to be slaves. We're not slaves. We're not. We are conscious, living beings. And we have a right to be free. What do I mean when I say free? Mentally free. You see, I'm not talking about, and there's a lot of us that are incarcerated, right? That's a whole nother live stream. You guys know what's going on now. You got the internet. You can't believe everything on the internet, but we're mentally enslaved. We're still following the rituals that have crippled us for thousands of years. We're still following them because we still care, right? Why do we follow them? Because we still care about people's perception of us. If we say, no, I'm not doing that anymore. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. I love you. I do. I can say that confidently, with confidence. I love you. Because when I visualize you, when I visualize some of the things that you're dealing with, when I visualize you in mentalism, I see no separation. I see no duality. I'm talking to myself right now. Did somebody catch that? No one's here physically with me. How are we communicate? It's the technology. I'm talking to myself. And I love you. I love you. I really love you. And I enjoy getting to know you more each second. And I can't seem to figure you out because there's no figuring you out. You are infinite. There's no limit to you. And I just love hanging out with you, crazy man. You are so crazy and spontaneous. There's never a dull moment with you. I love you. I like hanging with you. And I like the energy and the individuals and beings that you attract. And some of these beings are not even human beings. But because I call it breaking through. Some of you know what I mean by that. Because you had the will and desire, because that's all it takes to dedicate yourself to your rest, your diet. You dedicated yourself to what felt right to you. You gave up a lot. You sacrificed. You went without. You took the pay cut, right? And what a reward to wake up in the dream that we call life. What a reward to wake up inside of the dream and be infinite, just to get a glance of being infinite. There's never a boring minute inside of a dream, and there's so much to explore. There's so much to learn. The dream is the real television. The dream is the real internet. It's organic. We all do it. It's the real you. It's the infinite you. It's the connection to your subconscious. Direct connection, direct line, direct communication. Conscious mind is sleep. And I love it. I love it when my conscious mind falls to sleep because it fucking analyzes everything. And it's usually the conscious mind that has us way out in left field somewhere. It's the conscious mind. I love you. Thank you for being here. Peace and love.